The Carlton. Oh, sorry about that. We were, you see, this is what it's all about. It's a family. We're dancing. We're having a good time. And this is week number 10 of the Ultimate RV Show National Tour.
Still can't believe it.
One of my favorite segments that you and your wonderful husband, Bryce, just did was RVing with kids.
Yeah.
And your beautiful daughters and having them out on the road. And thank you, by the way. You guys share us in your adventures. You share with us your adventures. And how do we get a hold of you guys? Because I want to make sure that everybody knows it's watching right now.
They just has to follow us, the Jurgies, Jurgys. And you know what? We're actually hiding our last treasure coming up here, and it's for an RV.
They're giving away an RV, the treasure hunt. So make sure you follow at the Jurgies. And we are talking a lot about RVs. We just came out of the bunkhouses, and we've learned a lot over the last 10 weeks. I have learned a lot about beginning RVing. I've been a toy hauler, toy box guy my whole life. My kids and I raced motocross. We were having dinner the other night talking about that. And we're getting ready to go into some really beautiful toy haulers.
Yes, and we love the toy haulers. We're, might be a little biased because we have one. It might be filled with a different kind of toys, but we'll get there.
All right, one of the things I love about this Heartland Fuel 250 that we're going to look at, when you talk about a garage that's 13 feet, 4 inches long, plus you got the tailgate, that is a long deck, and it is a beautiful deck.
It is really beautiful. Let's check this one out.
Ian, take it away, buddy. Show us this beautiful fifth wheel. Take a look.
Now let's talk a little bit about some travel trailer toy haulers and some of the great things about them. And one of them is this right here, folks. You can see the party deck and take a look at what I did. I brought the table from inside out. Why? Well, because I can. Like, why wouldn't you, right? I don't have to worry if there's a picnic table at the campsite. I don't have to have a massive campsite. I have everything I need right here. I can enjoy the beautiful sunshine we have. I can set up some chairs right here. Everyone can sit right out here. We can, have a meal together. We can hang out, have a few beverages. A little bit later, if I want college Ian to come back out, want to play some beer pong, I can do that right back here too. Now, granted, I can lean halfway over the table, but we all have rules, right? House rules, no leaning. But the thing about this, folks, the thing I really like about it is just the fact that the deck life really is what it's all about, right? It's one of the things I love about toy haulers is you can just come right out here, you have this space, and I've seen some really great campsites where the back, right, is just like this giant drop-off. And what you can do is you can have, seen people that have a party deck and they will actually put it out over that drop-off, so you look down and it's like straight down. Now, may freak you out a little, but don't you worry, these bad boys right here can support like 1,300 pounds. You'll be fine, just don't put like, 20 people out here or anything. But, the fact that it can support all that weight, and again, it's just, I love having the deck. That's just one of the big parts for me that's a big reason I love a toy hauler. Another thing is this right here, right? So you have two of these. We have one on each side. And as you can see right here, you can do a couple different things. One, you can have screens. So if you want to sit inside and just kind of enjoy the breeze, you can do that. You can have the wind coming in. Let's say it starts raining, right? Or it's drizzling out a little. Maybe it's a little misty. You can close this one right here down, and that will, it's kind of like a little bit of a tint, but more importantly, it keeps any water, any moisture out. Also, inside is another one you can drop down for complete privacy so people cannot see in. So if you're sleeping back here, something like that, or you need to go in and get changed, whatever it may be, you have the ability to do that. And there's a zipper right in the center, folks. If you need to go from out of the party deck inside, you unzip it, head right back in. You also see some lights up top and backup camera prep all on this fuel. One of my favorite parts about this, folks, again, this is just the beginning of it. When we go inside, we'll see the, over 13-foot garage and all the other amenities we have in here. But this one is starting at under $45,000, folks. So you want to talk about an amazing deal for what you get. This right here is definitely one of those. Now, as we take a step inside, right, we can see the big, beautiful garage space that you have. And here's one of the things I want people to understand. A lot of people, when they think toy hauler, right, they immediately write it off. They're like, oh, I don't have any toys, right? Like I don't have motorcycles. I don't have, ATVs, quads, side-by-sides, whatever else you would, normally put in a toy hauler. So they write it off. They're like, this isn't for me. But here's the thing, right? There's some other big benefits to toy haulers that a lot of other RVs don't have. One of them, as we can see here, is a party deck. You have that deck outside, you have all that extra space. That's adding square footage, right? Usable square footage to your RV that most other styles of RVs don't have. What else do you get? Well, this one will also have a generator on board. Now, for a lot of people, I've had a lot of people ask me, can I get a generator on a travel trailer? And while there are some brands that do it, more often than not, if you're looking at travel trailers, you're mainly going to be looking at toy haulers for onboard generator options. Some fifth wheel manufacturers, some higher end fifth wheels, you can get that optioned in. But a lot of times for the travel trailers, folks, toy hauler is the way to go. Another big benefit a lot of people don't think of, take a look at how high that ceiling is. Let's say you're a tall person, and I've seen this. I've had a lot of customers, right? You know, I am 6 foot, right? So I'm kind of right at that in between. But I've had customers that are, you know, 6'6", 6'7", and a lot of RVs just don't have the ceiling height for them. You know, they're walking around, they have to duck everywhere, they're hitting their head on the AC. Folks, you will not have that issue in a toy hauler. And remember, this is still a travel trailer, and you have all of that headspace. So for tall people, tall families, it is a great option. One of the reasons I say families, a lot of toy haulers will have extra sleeping options, like this Fuel 250 does. You have these rollover sofas. This can drop down. You basically have a queen bed right back here. Right up above that is another one. So you can easily sleep, you know, an adult on each, or if it's couples, you know, you can sleep 4 people back here. So you can sleep 6 in this RV under 28 foot. You know, it's about 6,700 pounds dry. Have that huge ceiling height. You have AC, you have heat. You have, another big one is all the space for all of your stuff, right? I mean, you can take a look here and see how much room you have, how open this floor plan is. And if you take a look around, you will see we don't have any slides in here. And so all of this is great usable space. You can put, you know, your big coolers, your chairs, bikes, everything else that normally won't fit, you can put in here. You can use those tie downs. You can strap it down. Folks, the great thing about toy haulers is their versatility. So I'm letting you know right now, if you're out there, if you're just getting into RVing, you know, maybe you haven't considered toy haulers for exactly why I said, 'cause a lot of people hear toy hauler and write it off. I'm telling you, don't. Get out there, check them out. And if you want some more help on some of the different floor plans available, right? If you want separation of space, you want a separate garage in the living area, that's available as well. And the cool thing about that is now you kind of have a bunkhouse in the back with that extra sleeping capacity. Folks, all you have to do to check some of that out is text that word FRESH to 46642. We'll be happy to walk you through all sorts of different toy haulers, show you the options. If it doesn't work for you, that's great. We have other options available, you know, bunkhouses, or if it's just the 2 of you, couples models, whatever else you need. With over 80,000 units coming straight from the factory, I'm telling you, we will have something for you. Let's take a look at some of the kitchen space here, right? Because that's important too. You know, that's one of the great things about toy haulers is not only do you have all the, you know, big garage space, if you will, but you also get kitchen space. You have that there. You have a TV. I love where they put this TV, you know, because if you're laying back on the bunks right here, you're sitting on the sofa, you know, you can kind of swing that out and around. You're still able to see it, which is wonderful. I'll show you the chair in just a moment. You have the microwave right there. You know, open this guy up. You can take a look inside. Excuse me, plenty of space right in there, which is wonderful. Underneath is our countertop, upgraded countertop with that undermount stainless steel sink, high-rise oil rub bronze faucet. You have the recessed 3-burner cooktop off to the side with the oven underneath if you want to do some baking. I always say you have to have at least 1 drawer to make a functional kitchen in an RV. This one has 2. You can see it already has your built-in flatware divider right there for you. Nice, another big drawer. You can see how deep that is for some of your larger items there too. And underneath the sink, you have spots for your pots and pans. Fridge freezer right over to the side. Now this one does run off both propane and electric. And the cool thing about that is if you don't have shore power and you don't want to run your generator, you can still power this off of propane. Now, if you want to save your propane, maybe it's cold out, you want to make sure you have enough for your heat, no problem, folks. Fire up your generator and you can run this off that generator, no problem at all. Taking a look right up front, this will be your main control panel here. I also like this. It's kind of a spot to charge your cell phone, right? So what you can do, take USB port, plug it right in there, can put my phone there. Now my phone is charging. This is the control for that rear bunk system. That one is powered, right? Right back here. I want to show you something. So a couple of quick things with this operation. If you want this bed to stay up top and you just want these sofas to come down so you have sofas, you can do that. And the primary purpose of the table is to put them in between the sofas. But I just wanted to show you kind of the versatility, right? The fact that you can take that out on that back porch. If you want to take it out the door and put it out at your campsite, you can do that too. You'll see great storage all the way across here, plus an excellent JBL sound system. You can see the big subwoofer right there, that entertainment center, several different zones in here as well. So all that will be powered there. If you take a look at the floor, you will notice a couple things. One of them is the chair itself. It's a Euro-style recliner, very comfortable to sit in, and because it is a recliner, obviously you can pop your feet up. You will also see the carpet that comes with it. So if you want to, make this a little more residential, right? You want to cover up the D-rings once you get to your destination, you can can do that. Just roll that carpet out and you have all that carpet right here. The cool thing about this though is it is nice and easy to clean whether you use the carpet or not. They're both very easy to clean. You have the D-rings in there, nice heavy duty D-rings. If you do have toys, you'll have the vents. You'll have one up here, another one down in the back. That way you can vent out any exhaust. The bathroom, let's take a look in here. Again, folks, I talk about tall people. One of the big issues in RVs you oftentimes have, that tall people have problems with in RVs is in the shower. But take a look at this. I'm sorry, I could be 7'5" and still be able to shower in here, right? I mean, you can be huge and you have all that headspace, no issues whatsoever. So that, again, is a big benefit to a toy hauler. You'll see the sink top right here, storage underneath, the toilet right over there to the side. And if we make our way into the bedroom, what you'll notice is the fact that you have a king-size bed up here, folks. That way you're not elbowing each other. Nice big bed. You have storage on both sides. You can see that right there. Place to hang up your clothes. Storage across the top. Couple lights. If you want a TV, there is a spot to mount the TV right here on this wall. So that's where you'll mount it at. Connections for that, of course, are right up top. And this is only some of the features, right? This is the inside. When we take a look outside, there's a lot of outside features on a toy hauler. One of them that I really want to point out right away will be this one right here. This little sticker shows that this one is used with Asdel construction. What is that? Well, most manufacturers behind this fiberglass exterior, right, will use what is called Luan, which is a wood substrate. The issue with Luan is if it gets wet, right, what'll happen is it'll start to actually separate, right? It's essentially a plywood, and that will start to separate, and then you will start to get bubbles. If you've ever seen these laminated RVs where they have bubbles in them, that's called delamination, and that's what that's from. It's that substrate in the back getting wet. But with Asdel, it doesn't absorb moisture. So it almost completely eliminates the chance for any delamination to happen, which is a huge benefit. A couple other benefits to Asdel. One is the fact that it's a green material, so you won't have any off-gassing, and it's lighter weight. When we're talking about toy haulers, you know, if you have toys, you're going to be putting a lot in there. You want to make sure you're as light as possible, so that way you can carry as much stuff as possible. And at 6,700 pounds, you can tell that Asdel definitely is a big benefit in this RV. If you want a TV outside, folks, you have the capability to do it right there. That's exactly where it'll mount. It'll hook up, of course, right underneath. You can see the aluminum alloy wheels on there. Absolutely gorgeous. This one does have power stabilizer jacks on it, too. That's going to be located right here. So simply flip the rocker switch. Those will drop down. Now, bear in mind, it's not auto level, right? You want to make sure the RV is still level, but that will stabilize the RV so it's not rocking around as you're moving around in it. Big power awning on there, too, folks. So all you have to do is just touch a button to roll that out. Same thing to go right back in. And if we take a look at the back, as I mentioned, you know, you can see the two screens right there, so you can enter the beautiful party deck right here. Super simple to set up, by the way. It's just pulling a couple pins. You know, I can pull the two pins over to the side. This folds right up. Pull the top pins on both corners. It folds down. Same thing on the other side. It folds down. Boom. You can have this thing set up and tore down in less than a minute. Making our way up front a little bit further. The ladder. This does have a fully walkable roof. So to get up there, you just fold the ladder right down like so. Fuel fill station, if you do have toys, that is a huge benefit for you. Your water connections will be located here. Also black tank flush, which is a big deal to wash out that black tank. And the last couple things I want to point out, one is the fact you have solar prep right up here if you want portable solar panels. And as I mentioned, the Cummins Onan 4,000 watt generator to power everything inside. Folks, toy haulers have so many different uses. This is the 2021 Heartland Fuel 250. If this one's for you, text the word RV to 46642.
Heartland has RVs to help everyone launch their life's journeys. All new designs and floor plans provide choices for every type of camper. Whether you're a solo RVer, a family, a retiree, or something in between, come find your perfect model. Because buying a Heartland should feel like you're joining our family. So let's hit the road and enjoy life's great adventures together.
Ultimate RV Show National Tour. What's up? It's Chris Young sitting here with my friends, us the Remingtons. You know what? We have had so much fun over the last 9, now 10 weeks here at the Ultimate RV Show.
So much fun.
So much fun.
I was going to say, I can even tell by the hair how relaxed it is now.
It has just been it's been an eye-opening experience, and so many people have been asking questions and wanted to know how, what, when, where, and whys. So let's do a little campfire chat Q&A with the Remingtons.
This is great.
Campfire.
You guys down for this?
We have the
we're ready.
Arizona weather as our fire right now.
And if you can too, please always follow us on all the social media platforms. We have
Yes.
fantastic information. We're always giving stuff away. And I got one from Julie on Facebook. She
Julie.
said, my husband and I really want to get a Class C, but we're scared to drive it through the city. What advice do you have?
Honey.
Ooh, that's a good question. Some advice. One, get yourself a good co-pilot. In the city.
Oh, I was going to see if he was going to leave me out on this.
I was waiting. I was like, oh.
No, it's a tip, because you're so focused on driving. The lanes are narrow. You're a big rig. You probably got 6 inches to a foot on each side of the rig. So it's crucial that you're not really focusing on, hey, turn left, turn right. Get someone to do that for you. So a co-pilot's crucial.
Okay.
And number 2, people are more scared of you than you are of them. So like they see the big good Sandmobile coming, they're gonna kind of ease
That's
off
true.
to the
Right.
left side of their lane if I'm coming through. So everyone kind of gives you a little more space, so it's not as tight as you think.
Right.
Oh, and also bridges. We know the height of your RV. I think that was, we were in Chicago and we're like, that says 10 feet 5 inches. And
Yeah,
we're like,
no, it was 11.5.
we're like,
Going
it was
under some
11.5.
rail
And we're like,
passes.
and we literally, and there was nowhere to turn around. Normally, like, you can pull out or do a U-turn or like
Right.
do something.
No, you're
The
pot
only
committed.
option was go straight. There was cars left and right, and we're like, I'm like, let me pop out real quick. and
Yeah,
we're
she
just
jumped
looking
out and it was like,
millimeters.
3 inches on top. She's like, don't hit a bump.
That's the
Yeah.
last thing you want is a convertible coming
Or to
into
lose your AC unit. Yeah.
It's a nice buzz cut.
Yeah,
That's what we
it kind
would
of
call
decreases
it.
the value there for the trade-in. All right, so Sarah from Instagram wanted to know how many
Insta.
miles was your total trip?
10.
Yeah, we clocked in. As soon as we get home, it'll be 10,000.
Wow.
I
Yep.
know. That's crazy.
So how
Yeah.
many miles would it be from when you get home to North Carolina, where I live, so I can smoke you guys some brisket?
Oh, that's
What would
true.
it
I
be?
think we're
another
like
couple-
2,200
Gonna
maybe.
add a couple
10
more.
Yeah.
a couple
Well,
more.
it depends.
10,000 miles over 10 weeks.
Yeah.
10,000, yeah.
1,000 miles a week.
How
pretty much.
was that?
It was actually not too bad. Pretty relaxing. Well, okay, I was a co-pilot. Let's be realistic
Right,
here.
right.
So I was chilling. I don't know about Caleb.
It
There
was a dream come true for me. I love hitting the open road. I got my bag of seeds. I got
Right.
some coffee. I got a good
Podcast.
podcast.
on, yeah.
Headphones on. I'm loving life. The scenery. Some parts a little boring, but you know what? There's way more good than there is bad. And being in the mountains and seeing some of these national parks, it's just a dream come true for
Yeah.
us.
And that actually leads me to my next question from Jennifer on Twitter. She said, I'm pregnant, but I still really want an RV.
Jennifer, first of all,
yeah, she wants to know, are you
congratulations.
still going to full-time when you have the baby, or maybe just travel on weekends?
Another
Oh,
good
you know
question.
what? We are no longer planners because of the RV life. We've
That's
learned
true.
to just go with the flow. So we definitely, I guess when time comes, we'll either see. I'm definitely not opposed to full timing.
No, not
but
at all.
most likely, well, who knows?
I feel like there's a few months before we have the baby where we got to nest a little. You got to.
But you
Right.
can even
This-
nest in the RV.
That's true.
Yeah.
I think
True.
we were helping moving my mom in last week, and it's just a smaller townhouse. I was already getting so much anxiety of just, we're like, oh my God, we have to get a rug. We have to get a chair. Like, you're
have to get
starting to
stuff.
collect
Right.
things. And I realized how much we have detached from all of those things. And it does make you feel like you're a little bit more permanent when you start accumulating stuff. So,
Right.
I mean,
You also realize what you don't need.
yes, exactly. So long answer short, we're definitely still going to be having in some capacity traveling in an RV.
I love it.
Yeah.
And Sue on Facebook, she wants to know, what was your favorite part of the Ultimate RV Show?
Ooh, honey.
That's a
I think
biggie.
is the Good Sam give backs for me.
Yeah,
It's been
that's been
so
amazing.
rewarding and fulfilling having the opportunity to at each stop do some sort of give back for the local community. It's been incredible, and Tiffany's championed that whole
Yeah.
front, and she's done an amazing job.
Well, I
No,
think that's why I
it's
love you
been-
guys, is for how much you've done and how much you have given back.
Oh, thanks, Chris. No, I definitely echo that as well. And I think the biggest thing for us is we were always scared to winter camp. So it was really
true.
nice to be able to face that fear. And it really was not that big of a deal.
Okay.
Just a couple more things that we had to learn away. But
And we did a lot more boondocking
Yeah.
this time around. We didn't do that before, so
Right.
that was fun. And got to really experience the fullness of the RV and,
That's
and all its
beautiful.
capabilities.
Well, guys, thank you so much for spending some
Hey.
time with just these brief questions. And thank you for sending us those questions on Facebook,
Yes.
Instagram, and Twitter for Camping World and Gander RV and Outdoors. Ultimate RV Show National Tour is going to continue. Big Dog's got a Forest River Rogue right now. Take it away, Ian.
All right, let's step into another travel trailer toy hauler. Now, folks, you'll see right away, we're gonna have some differences, right? As we go down the side of this one will have an aluminum exterior rather than fiberglass. It's also going to be a little bit longer. As far as weight, though, a little bit lighter. This one's gonna be a little under 6,500 pounds for length. We're 30 foot, 3 inches. As we go through, you'll see that great thing about toy haulers and RVs in general, as I've mentioned, kind of, from the start of today all the way through, folks, is the fact that there are so many different options out there. And this is just one of many options. It's a very similar floor plan. We'll definitely see some differences inside as well as some differences in amenities and difference in price. Folks, this one is starting at under $34,000, which is as little as $8.14 a day. And as we go through, I think you'll agree there, again, this is a great value for what you get. So, 20-pound tanks up front. You have the cover there, diamond plating here. You'll also see the smooth aluminum front on the front of this one. So that way, it does help a little bit more than the ribbed as far as cleaning. It's a little bit easier to clean. So you'll see here you have the rolled aluminum all the way down the side. If we take a look in the pass-through, a couple things I want to point out in here. One, I like this. The fact they actually put the tie-downs in your front storage area. So if you have some larger items you need to tie down there, you can. You also see there's a table in here. So if you need to, use that table back on the party deck like we saw on the Fuel, or if you just want to take it outside, you can. And there's a solar controller in here. This one already has a solar panel up on the roof. So you want solar, you're good to go. It's already charging and good, again, just ready to go. Tempered glass doors on here. These are really cool. I like these for a couple different reasons. One, just being they look really neat. But another, when you open it up, you can see it when the light comes through. There's a window built in right there, right? But when the door is shut, the light's on so you can see inside, but otherwise you wouldn't even be able to tell. It just looks like one big black door. So very cool doors. They're very strong as well. I mean, when I say glass, people freak out. Folks, it's tempered, I'm telling you. Unless you're taking a hammer to it, you're not going to smash it. It'll be just fine. You'll see the very large power awning going all the way across here, covering basically the entire RV with some blue LED lights. In fact, it is so large, you'll see it actually has a center support. 2 different sets of stairs, one into the bedroom, the other one right here into the main living area / garage. We'll take a look at that in a second and I'll explain to you why I love having this second set of stairs. The main reason, though, super close access to the bathroom. We'll see in just a minute. Outside speakers, if you want to listen to some music, as well as a TV mount is already mounted right here. The connections for it will be right down underneath. This one also has the underbelly armor. So if you drop down here, we can take a look underneath, and you can see that right there. You have that running all the way across there, so it helps keep debris and stuff, road debris, from kicking up in there. Making my back a little bit further, this is something that I really like, and it's so darn cheap, but for some reason I still just like it, and that is your little tire pressure monitors there, so that way you know if your tires are at pressure or not. And you have a fuel station, right? So one of the things you'll notice is this one is prepped for a generator. It doesn't come with one like the Fuel. Now, if you want one, you can absolutely get it from the manufacturer, but it's prepped with it, but it does come with the fuel station regardless. You have a leash latch right back here for your pet, so you don't have to worry about bringing a stake or anything. You can tie them up right there. Making our way to the back is the party deck. This one has the more ride system around the back. Both of them are quick and easy to set up, right? I mean, we can see the Fuel, right? It's right next door here. I personally like this more ride setup just a little bit more. I think, not that it's necessarily easier or quicker. The thing I like about it, I'll show you real quick, is this right here. The fact that it comes all the way up and goes right past this door jamb. The other system we have, there's a little bit of a gap there, and I know it's not a huge deal, right? It's gonna be too small for any kids or anything to fall out of, but for whatever reason, mentally, I just like the fact that it is there. This one's also a little bit easier to open. All you have to do is remove this pin. You can slide it open, and then you can head right on out, right? If you have some stairs there. So that I like about it as well. So just a couple things that I do like a little bit more about this system, but again, both of them work absolutely great. You also see on the back right there is your backup camera. Coming up a little bit further, we'll talk about the inside in just a second, and I promise you won't be disappointed. 30 amp power supply will be right there, making our way up to come up a little bit further. Yeah, the majority of the connections, so cable and satellite will be right here. Black tank flush to wash out that black tank nice and easily. Spray port outside shower with hot and cold water access. Fresh and city water there, and as you can see right here, folks, as I mentioned, this one is prepped for a generator. If you want one, we can get you one, but this will help save a little bit of money. If a generator is not a big thing for you, having just the prep on there will save you a little bit of money, so that way, you don't have to worry about it. If you don't want one. If you want one, great. We'll throw one in, be able to power everything in there, so that way you have power, no matter where you're at, even if you don't have shore power at the campsite. Let's make our way inside real quick, right? Again, there's so many great features out here, but it doesn't stop out here. And I want to show you, I'm starting right here. You have the More Ride step above steps, the Rogue symbol in there, which is pretty cool. And then as I step inside, let's make our way up front here. So this one has a pass-through bathroom, right? And maybe you love it, maybe you don't. We have toy haulers with both when we're talking about travel trailers. And again, kind of like we saw in the Fuel, same thing here, folks. I have tons of headroom. If you're a tall person, you'll be absolutely fine. The neo-angle shower with the doors and the roller track, that way, when the water comes down on the doors, it goes right into the shower pan. It's not like a curtain where, a lot of times it's going all over the floor, or a swing door, right? Sometimes the water comes off the door and all over the floor. Here, it will stay in the shower, keep things nice and clean. Big mirrored medicine cabinet, big sink. This one for me is more important in a toy hauler than a lot of other RVs, simply because if you are out there riding, chances are your hand's gonna be pretty dirty. Maybe you broke a belt, needed to work on your quad, whatever it may be. You can come right in here, be able to wash hands off super easily, and because it has that big sink, you're not gonna have a bunch of dirt splatter all over the place. There is a toilet as well as some storage on the other side of this door here, big linen closet. I like that. It's a porcelain bowl as well, so it'll keep things nice and clean. Then if we take a look up front, bed right there in the center. You can see, you have storage on both sides. Those are wardrobes, as well as storage all the way across the top. And if you do want a TV, folks, there is a spot to put the TV right here too. But let's take a look on back, right? Let's go back into the main living area. What you'll find is we have a fairly similar layout to what we had before, right? Same but different is what I like to say. And starting off right away, let's flip around here, Kevin. I want to show everyone, right? So the TV's in a different location. So instead of having it on the wall, they put it a little more centered, kind of right there, or rather more midship, I should say. Connections are right up on the ceiling. Microwave hood will be right here. Storage across the top there. Again, the hood with the light and the fan. Our refrigerator is in a very similar spot. Open that up for you so you can take a look. And again, this one does run off both propane and electric. Then moving a little bit, you still get the upgraded countertops in here. You have the recessed cooktop with the glass cover. Folds up and back just like so. Now this is a Greystone unit, and Greystone's great. The only thing I don't like about it so much is I wish that it stopped, right? The glass cover when you fold it back. So what you'll notice is when I fold this all the way back, it sets up against the wall, right? Rather than stopping. So Furion, which is a competitor, will have it kind of stop right here. It's spring loaded. The Greystone goes all the way back. So not a huge deal, right? But again, it's some of those little differences, some of those little nuances, between the, for example, the Fuel and the Rogue right here. Underneath is the oven. If you need to bake anything, because you do have the upgraded countertops, it allows you to recess the sink. And I do really like the sink color. It's kind of like that black stainless steel. Looks really sharp. It's apron front, right? So you're kind of showing off the sink right away. You have the hand sanitizing station is what they call it. I'd call it a soap dispenser, but hey, in today's time, I understand exactly what they did there, Coming up top here is your high-rise faucet. I do like the darker color, again, kind of matching the sink. Underneath, storage, pots and pans, single drawer here, right? So we don't have quite as much drawer space, a single drawer. You have to have at least one to make it functional, folks. I prefer two, but you can definitely get by on one. Now, one of the other differences you'll see, we notice, you have a bed here as well as the rollover sofas. Looks the same, right? Not quite, because this one is not powered. This is manual. Now, I will tell you, I've lowered these before. To be perfectly honest, you have to have a decent amount of strength as well as be somewhat tall. I mean, at 6 foot tall, you can see if I grab right here, I'm almost maxed out. Not quite on my tippy toes, but as far as pulling this down, Not super difficult, but I've done some where the struts aren't adjusted quite as nicely, and you gotta pull a little tough. This one was actually easier than I expected, which is good. But what you do is you pull the front down, and then you can, pull the back down, and then you'll have an angle where you can actually pull the front down, and that's how you get the bed up and down. The cool thing about this one is even though it's a little bit more manual labor, it's way faster than the power, to be honest. It's just boom, boom, done. And then when you want it up, it's up. So again, kind of pros and cons to both. The rollover sofas are very similar. Again, the big difference here, though, is the fact that when these roll up and you store them, they're going up against the sidewall. With the powered, you can have them up top, which gives you more width, right? And sometimes you need that depending on what kind of toys you're putting in. So you can see there definitely are some differences, folks, and that's what we're here for, right? Some of those little nuances, those are things we know, things that, especially if you're a first-time RV buyer, you may not account for. But here's the great thing is we can help you. All you have to do is text that word FRESH to 46642, and that will give you access to over 100,000 pieces of inventory, both 20,000 on the lot. We have more than 80,000 coming in, plus it'll get you in contact with a specialist who can help walk you through some of these things and make sure that you're getting exactly what you want and nothing more than what you need and nothing less than what you want. We can definitely help you out there. Right over here on the wall, you can see this one also has heated holding tanks, which are great. So, that'll be 12-volt tank heaters on there. You can flip that on to make sure your tanks and stuff aren't freezing up on you. Tank monitoring panel will be located right next to that. USB ports, electrical outlets, pretty much everything you need. Another couple differences you'll notice is on this side. So you'll see storage across the top here, these really cool zebra blinds, which I like. You can kind of control the amount of light that you let in. And right underneath, instead of having one Euro chair, you have two. So, again, it's a little bit longer, gives you a little more space right in here. So you get that second Euro chair, so there can be a couple of you kicking back and relaxing. As we make our way out a little bit and we take a look at the screen, you'll see some differences here as well. Now, it still does zip in the center, so you can go in and out, which is great. And bear in mind, folks, not all toy haulers have this system at all. There's some that don't have anything here. So, again, you want to make sure you pay attention. Now, this one, instead of having two different screens that roll down, right, one for that you can still see through that stops the rain, one for privacy. This one just has one, so it does both. So if you need to stop, rain from coming in, it's going to completely black it out. You're not going to get any sunshine in. Just keep that in mind. Again, backup cameras on there like we saw, and folks, I am hanging out right here on the party deck, living the deck life. Toy haulers are great, folks. If you wrote them off, I'm telling you right now, you definitely need to take another look. This right here is the 2021 Forest River Rogue 25V. If this is the one, if you love it, you love the weight under 6,500 pounds, you love the price under $34K, the fact it has a 100-gallon fresh tank, all you need to do is text the word RV to 46642.
Introducing RV123 by Camping World, the only way to buy and take delivery of your new RV, all from the comfort of your couch or camp chair. To buy your new RV the easy way, just follow these simple steps. Step 1, shop till you drop. Find your perfect RV online at campingworld.com and schedule a live virtual walkthrough with one of our RV specialists. Step 2, make it mine. Discuss financing options over the phone with a Camping World finance expert. All paperwork handled via mail. Prepaid envelopes are provided. Step 3, let's go camping. Take delivery of your new RV at your home or campsite. Our certified delivery specialist will provide the same high-quality walkthrough that you would receive at a Camping World dealership. There's a whole new way to buy an RV. Get your RV the easy way with RV123 by Camping World.
All right, folks, take a look at the beauty of the Forest River Shockwave 30 Dsgdx. You're looking at 16 foot of cargo space in this bad boy. Gorgeous furniture. You can see we have the carpet laid out, giving you that nice home feeling, right? So you can take your shoes off, walk around, and enjoy being able to step on the carpet. Folks, if you're looking for travel trailer toy haulers, again, this one right here is a great one. As far as price point, this one is, you're looking at $12 a day. Is all it is for all of this, for everything you get. Take a look at the beautiful kitchen we have. Solid surface countertops up there. We'll get up to it in just a second, but another thing I always love to point out, especially when we're talking toy haulers, is the party deck, folks. This is where it's at. You're going to have so much fun out here, setting up the chairs, hanging out. Right up top is an awning. And the cool thing about that, you can put the awning out. That way you have coverage from the sun, right? That awning comes out. Here we are hanging out. You know, you don't have to worry about that Arizona sun beating down on you, making you sweat when you're not moving, because it's happening to me today. It's happened a few times. I underestimated the heat of the Arizona sun. I might burn. I got to put on some sunscreen. That doesn't happen very often for me. You'll also see right here, we have our screens, which I love. These just drop down nice and easy. You know what? Here, let me do this. I'll just, boom, just like that. So you zip it right along the side. That way it stays in place. You'll also see there's a zipper in the center, so it makes it easy to enter and exit from that party deck. And you have a screen as well as the cover. So if it's, you know, raining out or misting out, you can have that cover down so all that is not coming in. And obviously when you zip it down, it'll stay in place, won't blow around like it is right now. On this side here, we have these sofas, and these are really cool, right? They're going to be jackknife style sofas, but take a look at how plush these are, folks. I mean, you want to talk about, you know, some higher end furniture, right? You start to get into this RV and you really have very plush, comfortable furniture. And, you know, I love this because this is where I want to hang out. I'm going to have that door open. I'm going to have my screens, you know, zipped down and opened up and just sit here with a nice cold beer, relax, look out at the desert plain. Can feel it now. Right up top is the bed, folks. This one drops down super simple and easy. It's on the Happy Jack system. I also like they put an LED light in here, right? Just A, it adds a little more light. B, it just looks great. I always like when they use a nice clean light. It's one of the things I appreciate about Shockwave. You know, so many of your toy hauler manufacturers, they get it in their head that, you know, oh, we need these blue lights and hardcore rock and roll. And sometimes it's great, right? Like, yeah, I know that a lot of people really enjoy it. For me personally, I like having the nice clean light. And that's what they've done all the way throughout. I mean, you know, you can see, you know, even in the countertop, right? Like it's clean. It looks high end, which it's exactly what it is. Good storage right here. We'll open that up so you can take a look. You know, excellent storage space running all the way up and down right there, which is fantastic. You still get good speakers, folks. I mean, you want to talk about name brand, we have Kenwood Speakers in here. That's a lot better, you know, than what a lot of times you get. You know, usually it'll be like a Jensen or a JBL. I actually really like Kenwood. You know, growing up, I had a Kenwood stereo both at home and in my car, and I'm telling you, they can put out some great sound. This floor plan in particular, right over here, you will see, we have some super comfortable rockers, folks. You can, you know, just sit back right here, shoot the breeze. And here's one of the things I love about this floor plan. So you have the two seats right here. You have the sofas in the back. You have another sofa right across the way. So you can have two different groups of people in here having two separate conversations at the same time. I mean, absolutely, everyone can be in the same convo if you want, but I love just being able to be right here, you know, talk to someone. Then again, you can have, you know, 4 or 5, 6 people in the back, plus people out on the party deck. You know, so many people when they think toy hauler think, well, I don't have toys. Why do I want it? Right? I don't have quads. I don't have side-by-sides. I don't need a toy hauler. But if you like to entertain, if you like to kind of be that I don't want to say party central, right? But kind of like the host, right? That everyone from the campground comes and hangs out at. You know, if you have family that's coming with you, friends that's camping with you, because that's what camping's all about, is hanging out with people. A floor plan like this absolutely hits the nail right on the head, right? I mean, you have just this excellent space. You have a lot of prep space in the kitchen so you can make snacks. You have tables you can put all over the place. I mean, you can put a table here. You can put a table in the back between the two rollover sofas. We have a nice little end table right here. Would it be an end table, Kevin, if it's in between two chairs? Is it a mid table? Is it still considered an end table? But, you know, you got a good spot for a beverage right there. You know, if I'm pouring myself a little bit of bourbon, there it is. Nice hot day like today. Nice cool rock. I could make that happen. Storage all the way across the top there. Jensen TV right in the center. This one, I believe, is a 40-inch TV, so nice and big. So, you know, anywhere except for basically right here, you'll have a pretty good ability to see the TV. You also see roller shades. I love having roller shades. They make it super simple. You don't have to worry about, you know, tension and having them bind up or anything like that. Moving into the gorgeous kitchen, we have the Dometic fridge-freezer combo. I'll open that guy up for you so you can take a look. Boom, just like that. You'll see this one is 12 volts. Very common We're seeing a lot of manufacturers switch over to the 12-volt fridge, and for good reason. You know, when you have something like this, chances are you're going to be out boondocking. And, you know, with a couple batteries and, 200 watts of solar, you can basically run that thing almost indefinitely, which is great. Plus, if you have a generator going, obviously it'll, fill up the batteries. You'll be good there, too. Pantry all along the side. Storage right up top. Something else I want to point out, you'll see the AC, but also further behind that, this one has a ceiling fan. In this layout, that's something you don't get very often, right? A lot of times, if you have like the big fifth wheels and, the garage is separated from the living space may have it. But I love that they were able to actually fit a ceiling fan in here. And headspace too, folks. That's another big one when we talk about toy haulers and some of the advantages is they have lots of head height. Big slides, right, which allows for bigger windows and makes it when you come up off the sofa, you're not going to knock your head on the slide. Gorgeous solid surface countertops. Again, I love the light that's inlaid. I think it, it's as far as countertop styles, I've seen some other manufacturers use this, and it's one of my personal favorites. When we remove the sink top covers, you can see the undermount sink. If you have solid surface, why wouldn't you undermount the sink, right? It's easier to clean. It looks better. I absolutely would. High-rise oil rub bronze faucet there. Storage underneath the sink. Open that up. And if you know me, you'll know what I love right away, and that's the fact there's a spot for a trash can, right? Right under my sink, exactly where I want it. In the back, we have 3 different drawers. The top one already has your flatware divider for you, so you don't have to worry about it. Big, thick drawers running all the way down there. Window in the kitchen to let in some of that light. Of course, LED lights otherwise. Storage all across the top. Right over here is your microwave. Cooktop right underneath that. This is recessed, so that way you can use this as additional prep space. But again, you have a ton of prep space in this kitchen, which, I absolutely love. I know a lot of people, that's one of the big, sometimes drawbacks, right? Is they're like, oh, well, in a toy hauler, you don't get great kitchen space. I'm sorry, but that's more than I've seen in a lot of bunk models. You get just as much sleeping capacity, more seating, and equal size kitchen countertop, if not more. Solar controller built in right here, max air fan control, tank monitoring panel, everything for your fans, all that will be located there, as well as your thermostat. More storage right over here to the side. I'll open that up for you so you can take a look. And if you want, we can see, is there a, yeah, so here, Kev, I'll have you come right in through this way. There you go. I'll come in the other way. So as you can see, you have a couple different entrances and exits here into the bathroom. So this is great because, again, if you're coming from the main living area, if you're coming from the bedroom in the middle of the night, either way, you get access to the bathroom. Plenty of space around the bowl. It is a porcelain bowl as well, so it's easy to clean. They give you a linen closet, so you have a spot for your towels, everything else that you need. Mirrored medicine cabinet, nice big sink, makes it easy to wash your hands. For the shower, we have the travel lock here. Open that up. You can see it's a neo-angle shower, but again, take a look at the ceiling height, folks. I can be 6'5", 6'6", and still be able to shower in here, no problem, which is wonderful. Making our way into the bedroom. You have the beautiful queen bed right here in the center, right? We can see that. You kind of have the shiplap wallboard up front with the padded headboard. I actually like having a padded headboard because if you want to sit up to read, you can. You have the reading lights, you have storage across the top, and on the far side over there is a slide-out wardrobe. So you have good clothes storage in here too. You'll also notice nightstands on both sides. You have electrical outlets, USB ports, and Kev, take a look up top. That's right, you have your own AC right in the bedroom to make sure you're going to be nice and cool on those hot nights. Now, as I make my way outside, you'll see the bigger grab handle, so you have that for a little bit extra control when entering or exiting the RV. We saw the secondary entrance for the bedroom right up front there, so you do have a couple different options of how you want to enter this one. Opening this space up right there, that gives you access to the back of the fridge, which I think is kind of cool, right? A lot of times, that's one of the big hang-ups is how do you get there? Well, that makes life a lot easier for you. If you want an outside TV, that is where the TV will hook up. Up top is your power awning with an LED light strip, plus some more speakers. And once again, folks, those are Kenwood speakers out here. If you want to bring the party outside, you can certainly do that too. You'll have your a winterization connection, making it nice and easy. Black tank flush right there, fresh water. We talked about this right here is our secondary entrance. Come on up front, take a look with me here at the front storage. You will see excellent front storage right there. Coming around the other side, or rather around the front, power tongue jack, beautiful 3/4 front cap with LED lights. Battery disconnect here, so you can just flip it and kill all power to the coach. Another thing I love, if you take a look at the battery rack here, you will see that they have already prepped it for you to have 2 batteries. They're thinking ahead. They know there's a good propensity that you are going to want that. Taking a look up a little bit further, there it is, folks, 5,500 watt Cummins Onan generator. If you're looking for a travel trailer where you can have a generator straight from the manufacturer, a toy hauler is going to be one of your best bets. It's hard to find a generator in a travel trailer that isn't a toy hauler. So if that's one of the things you're looking for, folks, I'm telling you, travel trailers are going to be a great option. This beauty right here, this Shockwave, folks, as I mentioned, you can own this one for as little as $12 a day. If this is the one for you, all you have to do is text the word RV to 46642. Now, let's say you liked what we had here, but you're looking for something maybe, a little more budget friendly. Maybe you want to, go to something that's like $10 a day, maybe slightly under $10. Good news for you folks is that we have them. In order to get you access to those and get hooked up with a specialist, text the word fresh to 46642.
Thank you.